This video is sponsored by the Overwatch League. Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and we're getting our first set of hero changes in Overwatch 2 that's most certainly gonna shake up the meta, but while these changes won't be taking effect for a couple of weeks, we will get the first look of how the meta is gonna be shaken up within the Overwatch League. So in this video, we're not only gonna talk about the hero changes, but also talk about the Overwatch League playoffs and Grand Finals tournament, which starts tomorrow, October 30th, that not only includes all the hero changes and Kiriko, but we're also talking about the rewards that you guys can earn simply by watching the Overwatch League this week. That also includes over 30 heroes home and away Overwatch League skins that you can get for free. But finally, let's look at these hero changes because they really targeted some of the top meta heroes, which is very unfortunate because when it comes to my mindset of hero balancing, I always try to make bad heroes better, not make good heroes worse. But I really wouldn't say that's the case of Sombra because she's the most annoying hero that desperately needed to get changed, and her hack got extremely nerfed where the hack lockout now got decreased by 0.25 seconds. The hacked enemies that you actually hack are no longer a valid target, so you can't just simply spam hack a single tank, and also the hack damage multiplier got significantly decreased from 40% to 25%. Now in the latter half of the video, we will go into more details as how this affects each and every individual hero and their legacy, but the next hero that also got nerfed is Genji. Unfortunately, his maximum ammo also got significantly decreased from 30 to 24, meaning that you can fire 2 less shots. And the shuriken damage also got decreased from 29 to 27 damage per star. Zarya is up next, possibly the best tank in all of Overwatch 2, where the bubble duration now lasts 0.5 seconds less, and the cooldown got increased from 10 seconds to 11 seconds. D.va, another popular tank that's probably only second to Zarya, she received 2 nerfs where the spread to her shot got increased very slightly, but the booster damage, like whenever you fly into somebody, it got reduced by 10 whole points. And the final hero that I didn't really expect to get a nerf, but here we are where Kiriko's receiving her first nerf to her Swift Step. And no, it's not the distance or the cooldown, it's the invulnerability time frame that you receive. It got reduced from 0.4 seconds to 0.25 seconds. I always wonder, like, who goes into the off and decides, yes, we need a 0.15 second difference to her invulnerability window. And it's just so funny to me. But those are all the expected hero changes that should be coming with an update happening on November 15th, which is not going to be for quite a bit of time, but it is a lot sooner than what I at least expected, because what I thought was going to happen was that seasons were going to take place, and then at the beginning of every single season, that's when we can expect hero changes, where this first patch is happening already 3/4 of the way through season 1, which is kind of a surprise, but also not really, because, well, just even like with a hero like Sombra desperately needed to be changed. However, I think the reason why they're bringing these changes so soon is because the Overwatch League Grand Finals is going to be taking place going through all the way on November 4th. But in addition with being able to view these hero changes and seeing how it will shake up the meta, you also get an opportunity to earn Overwatch League exclusive rewards just by simply watching the Grand Finals. From October 30th through November 4th, there's going to be Overwatch League action taking place on youtube.com/the Overwatch League, where if you link your YouTube account with your Blizzard account, you can earn rewards every single day. Every day up until the Grand Finals, every 3 hours that you watch, you can earn rewards like home and away skins for Overwatch heroes, some player icons, sprays, and also 100 Overwatch League tokens if you watch a total of 30 hours. And on the day of the Grand Finals, if you watch a total of 5 hours, you can earn the Sojourn, Junker Queen, and Kiriko home and away Overwatch League skin, the Grand Finals 2 spray, and the Pulse Pistol Tracer name card. And if you want even more rewards, then get your perfect pick'em brackets in, where you can have a chance to win $100,000 if you get the perfect bracket. Now, I did one, and I also filmed a video with the Overwatch League where I had the Florida Man going all the way up until, I think, the semifinals, and hopefully they can even go that far because that's who I'm rooting for. And you know, sometimes they don't always have the best playoff record, but I'll be at the Overwatch League Grand Finals in person rooting on for the Florida Man, so I might see you there, but I also might see a brand new meta forming with all these Overwatch hero changes. And I think the hero that's going to drastically drop in stock is Sombra. I mean, she clearly got the biggest nerf out of all of them, and rightfully so, because she was one of those heroes that really anybody could pick up, and I wouldn't even say necessarily do well, but just be annoying. And that was the worst part about facing against a Sombra, is especially if you played tank, you were always getting hacked every couple of seconds, and it was so annoying! Now, not only are you less incentivized to do that because you no longer can just hard focus with your hack, but you're also less incentivized to just be a DPS Sombra. You can still hack people, which is very powerful, but that 40% damage multiplier was a big reason why people played her, because you could just easily farm EMP. But now you're not only doing less damage, you're building less EMP, and you're just being less of a DPS hero compared to someone like Sojourn, who didn't receive a nerf for whatever reason. Like, the two top DPS heroes right now is no doubt Sojourn because she just has the opportunity to insta-kill people like that, but also Genji. And now Genji's stock is going to be drastically dropping because, well, he's significantly less of a DPS hero. Now, even though that doesn't make him less of a man, the fact that he is a DPS hero, damage per second hero, and the fact you're doing less damage and have less ammo, it just means that I feel like Genji, even if you are a top tier Genji player, there's no point to play Genji when you can easily just play a Sojourn if you want a true DPS hero. Like, Genji was already in a weird spot where you can easily substitute him for someone like a Tracer or an Ashe depending on the map or the composition, but now with these nerfs, I don't see any reason to not only play Sojourn, but to just replace him with a Tracer if you want a better flank hero. But in regards to Zarya, even though she is regarded as the #1, not only tank, but possibly hero in Overwatch 2, I feel like all the good things about Zarya is still there, where these changes might just seem insignificant, at least on paper. I mean, the cooldowns to her bubbles, I mean, you could just easily time that out, and that 1 second to 2 second really won't seem that big of a deal. But when it comes to the bubble duration, I mean, half a second, you wanna know how long half a second is? That's how long half a second is. For the time for me to say that sentence is about even probably 1 second. Like, that's how quick that is. Like, a good Zarya is only gonna need 1 second, if anything, to get 40 charge per bubble, so to nerf it by half a second, I don't think it's gonna do any significant damage to her stock, and still make her one of, if not the best tank. If anything, it'll probably solidify her as the must-pick tank when you consider the other heroes that also got nerfed. So I don't think Zarya's gonna be going anywhere, which just means bad news bears for Genji mains, because if Zarya ain't going anywhere, then your counter's right there at the front lines destroying you. But I also feel like D.va's stock is gonna drop very slightly because, well, not only is your counter not receiving that significant changes, at least on paper, but you're also receiving changes that I feel like, okay, may not be the biggest change in comparison to someone like Sombra or Genji, but is enough of a change to warrant the reasoning as to why would you play a D.va when you can just mirror the Zarya. Like, when it comes to these changes, I'm really gonna have to compare, which I will make a separate video looking at all these hero changes side by side when they actually do come out. But when it comes to spread, yeah, it might not seem that significant, but the booster damage, yeah, I think that is a big enough change to warrant not to play the D.va. And I guess when it comes to Kiriko, like, do we really need to talk about her? I mean, people don't even know how to use her kunai, let alone the swift step nerf. I don't think that's gonna be the reason why she's not gonna be meta, which I'm definitely interested to see how the Overwatch League is gonna handle having Kiriko at their disposal, because she will be made available in the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Like, when I look at these changes, I see Zarya still being the must-pick tank to play around, where, yeah, maybe Winston can try to counter the Zarya, or you could just play Zarya yourself and just be better. Sojourn now has the solidified spot as the best DPS hero to play, not only because her railgun shot can easily insta-kill any squishy, and if they don't have any shield, especially if they're going to be still running the Zarya, then yeah, that should be very easy to get. And for supports, well, I feel like that's still kind of a big question mark, where, yeah, maybe you still spam the heals with Ana and Baptiste, but maybe Kiriko will creep in, maybe people will finally figure out how to balance out the DPS and the heals, or maybe you just go all in for DPS for Kiriko and treat her as a third DPS and have a main healer in the form of Ana and Baptiste. But when it comes to the next up-and-coming meta in regards of these changes, I feel like it's going to be a lot more certain, because they didn't really nerf a lot of the heroes significantly, with the exception of Genji. I feel like he's going to fall out of the meta, and we might see other heroes creep into it. Like, maybe we'll see Tracer, or maybe we'll even see Kiriko. Like, I'm definitely want to see Kiriko come into the meta, because I feel like she's a skill gap hero, but we'll just have to see. Let me know what you guys think about the meta, and let me know what you guys think, what's going to happen for the Overwatch League Grand Finals, and who you think's going to win. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.